Okay, another top 1% video. Even though I said it might take a few days, I'd finished more than I thought I'd finished. So, we've got Arctic Tundra, 4 sheep difficulty. It says generic, but that doesn't really mean anything when you get to this difficulty. It'll have all sorts. Let's get into it. First level, they give you 2 foundation. I think I have some old solution. No, I guess it's gone. Well, I had some solution where I was using 2 foundation and trying to weave up and then down and then back up. Going over everything so much better. Dude, arched roads are so good in this game. He just goes right over it. The super heavy steamroller. Okay, 2x speed, 2x speed. Fun, get up. Whoa. 3rd place, top 1%. I think this was first when I made it. Maybe it was second. I forget. Oh god, this is an infamous level where you have to drag your jump across the level. This has not been my favorite level, and I don't know why. This looks so inefficient to me, but the steel has to be steel. I can't even make it wood muscles. So I'm not really sure what to change in this area. I could try building these lower down, but wood muscles aren't that much cheaper than steel if you start lowering everything. So we get this. And he hops up and his flag's right there. 8th place, top 1%. This is the level where this car does not move, speed of 0, acceleration of 0, so you need a hydraulic contraption to put him on top of this guy, and then that guy carries him to the top. Otherwise, just make a bridge. No problem there. And this one looks so much nicer, right? Like, this is the wood muscle. Whatever. Our contraption is this funky thing where the hydraulic's connected to a road here, and that one's connected to a road here and here by wood. I'm also trying to have as much of it as possible detach. I spent a while trying to find a better mechanism, because I didn't like how I leave these 2 tiny bits of road. I do pull one of them off with me. But it would make it so this bridge doesn't need to be as strong. The roads don't weigh much when they're that small, but you know, anything that reduces the weight means the whole bridge can, like, you save tiny bits of money everywhere. 10th place, top 1%. Oh goodness, the big jump level. This one, do I have... No, I made a few different attempts at this one. This one took me a long time, because it's just so weird to try to make something that's this long of a bridge. The real key that makes this one work, there actually is too much, like, this bridge does not hold its own weight. But this bridge, the way we've got it set up, being braced to this bridge is actually, when this tries to fall down from gravity, it's pulling this to the right, so it's actually lifting this bridge up. So this bridge doesn't support its own weight, it would fall down, but this bridge is actually lifting it up, and they sort of help each other out a bit. It does mean that there's a lot of butterfly effect when you start tweaking things, and suddenly the bridge flexes differently and you don't make the jump anymore. But there he goes. Boink, right in the bottom hole. 6th place, top 1%. This level, a lot of people went for funky solutions where they just, like, this is the level where you have pre-placed roads, you get 2 hydraulic phases, and need to get them into these spots. A lot of people went for weird, funky solutions where they're just kind of like rotating into place, clinging onto something. I wanted to just get a solution that was mechanical with hydraulics and push it as much as I could. So this is not by any means the cheapest way to do this level, but it might be the cheapest way that uses 2 hydraulics for an actual mechanical solution. 13th place, top 1%. I don't know what this dude's doing, but everyone above that has these super cheap. Let's actually see if we can find one. Where, yeah, it's just gonna be like, this thing comes up here and they just lock in on both sides, and it's like total RNG tinkering nonsense, which, you know, sometimes you do that. Okay, next level. This one, there's the 4 checkpoints. You need to get all 4 of them, but the order doesn't matter. So this guy, if he just goes off this edge, is going to shoot off at too steep of an angle and break my bridge. So I've got this little road here to slow him down. So he's going to bonk the heck out of it. And he's going to go up here and land on this catch, which will get him over to this thing, and up he goes. Pretty simple. But this is actually 3rd place, and I have no idea what the other 2 are doing, but it's got to involve way more noodle, way more of this big sort of catch thing. The tough part is just getting to the top star. Once you do that, then you can just have this big noodle finish everything else off, more or less. But I'm not sure how they're getting the 1st star and the top star. So this level, you just have these 2 wheels, and you can't build in this area. So, for this guy to get across, you have to build the bridge that the wheels carry. Really, to optimize this level, it's just all about... First, you just build one strong-ass bridge right here, something way stronger than this, and then try to shrink this down as much as possible, because the more you shrink this, the lighter it gets. Then you optimize a bridge here. If you try to optimize the bridge here while this is not optimized, then you'll have to re-optimize this one later when you make this one way less. Another thing I didn't try, but some people might have done, is try to make a trebuchet. It would be something where the arm comes down like this, and there'd be something up here to pull on, and like a rope with a big weight that just pulls it down to make this arm rotate up. Because if you could use a trebuchet to just get this guy across, if you could just go whoomp and have this guy just make it to his flag, then you wouldn't need to build anything here at all, and this is most of the cost of the bridge. Something I didn't try, but might be possible. And of course trying to make him jump onto it from as far away as possible to save costs. 4th place, top 1%. Oh god, this is the level where these things are spinning. This level's a nightmare. Like, to make all of these never get hit by the planes, like... Let's look at this sideways so you can see the plane coming. Everything has to dangle properly and not hit the plane. Actually horrible. And then this is a limo. It's actually horrible. I don't know why they made it a limo on this level. What is that, 5x speed? 14th place, top 1%. So this is the level where, I don't know if I still have, yeah, something like this, where what it looks like they want you to do is just build a bridge that falls into place with springs, because you actually can't build in the center here. But of course, you can just do a nice little jump and have a catch on the other side, and this is a fairly nice jump. He almost falls off again. And the supports don't have to contain much. You're basically just bracing this catch portion, which This here does hold it in position so it doesn't fall, but it's really this that's holding all the weight when he lands. So this portion here basically just needs to lift the little moped guy, and he's really light. I guess it's a motorcycle. Some kind of track bike. Third place, top 1%. Ah yes, this level. So this one, the bus goes across, you can't build up here or over here. And then you get a hydraulic phase, notably there's no hydraulics, and then this guy has to get over to his flag. I've got this funky thing, which is a jump, but it's not unfolded. It was a bit of a pain to make. Let's zoom in on it. It falls into position there. And then just this portion of the bridge is going to detach once this guy gets across. Just a nice little noodle portion. So there it goes, and then this guy can, get up to his flag. Fourth place. Top 1%. Oh, excuse me. This is the level where we have a forklift carrying an upside down car, and the upside down car has to make it to each of these checkpoints and then back to his flag. So the forklift goes across, you get a hydraulic phase, and then you have to dump this car and have the bridges take him the other way. Well, we're just building two bridges, kind of. We're just going to drop this road so that he falls through there. We're going to drop these roads so that he can come up this way. And we're going to drop these roads because this guy is just going to come up here and just lean forward and drop him, and then he's going to go underneath. So it's two bridges, but only kind of. Not quite trapdoors, but something like trapdoors. Yep, there go the bits of bridge. And this part here was just held up by these, the rope and the wood rope anyways. It was way stronger. These bits of road were pretty much also supported by those things. 7th place, top 1%. Ah yes, in this level you have this pre-placed portion in the center. And I actually don't have my original solution anymore. But originally I had this guy going up over the top like this and then coming back down, but there's no reason to actually use the top roads. The funny thing is that the bottom roads are rather hard to brace to. So I've got a lot of things bracing to these top roads, but my guys are driving on the bottom roads, is the way we're doing it. It works well enough. Little trapdoor. And this guy on the right has to get this checkpoint on the bottom. Otherwise, maybe going over the top would be better, but still not sure. Probably not. Ninth place, top 1%. Coast uphill is this level. The way this one works, this guy's gonna go across, and when he gets to this checkpoint, he takes his foot off the gas. He doesn't step on the brakes, he just takes his foot off the gas, and you have to have enough speed to make it up to this checkpoint. So optimizing this level is really about figuring out how high these roads need to go. In my original solution, I had them going really high, and in this one, you can't even really tell that he slows down on the uphill or that he speeds up when he gets this checkpoint. He's just, he's just going the same speed the whole time. So I definitely didn't need to raise him up that high, and I redrew the roads a few times, figuring out then it's just a matter of making bridges. Using one of these, where these two just brace to the wall, surprisingly enough. So this will be about as strong as a wood muscle, but cheaper because road's a little cheaper, but only a bit less strong. Very cheap right side there. Comes up, speeds down a bit. He actually does come very close to not getting that, but it's hard to tell. And this is currently first. Well, tied for first, but I tied intentionally. I could save more if I wanted to. Of course, top 1%. This level, I do have a bit of a gripe with this level. So in my first video where I was just showing my casual solutions, I had something that looked like this. It fully reassembles the bridge. This solution is not top 1%, despite the fact that it's 13,000 and the budget is 88,000. This solution, I think, was top 7%. It was like not even close. And the reason why, they gave this car 12 horsepower. So what does everyone do? Well, they just use this as a ramp. They just find some stupid way for him to fall off the edge, get across this, and just drive up the ramp with literally nothing attached to these roads. They just use them as they are. I felt like this level would have been a better level if this car had like 4 horsepower and couldn't actually go up this ramp. If you actually had to use the bridge. But anyways, here's my solution. This is going to fall and split at these parts. This is just gonna, just be a ramp. And then we have this funky setup here where we're just grabbing these 2 corners. And we raise them up a bit. Yep. I feel like the level could have been better if this ramp wasn't just a ramp for free. But either way, 4th place, top 1%. That's the level, and that means we're gonna have this one tomorrow. I only have a few levels left in it, and I have no idea how much I have to grind for the secret world. Yeah. Then we'll be off to things like the no hydraulic challenge, and maybe no foundation challenge for the few levels where I'm using a foundation. Ooh, some of those are, 2 of those in particular, are gonna be a real pain. Okay, Bun. Get him, Bun. Yep, just like that, Bun.